Hi. So I was in a taxi this morning, rushing to work, and I was thinking about how there is a possibility of not reaching for work because something could happen, a crash could happen. But I found myself trusting, so calm in the taxi. I looked at my driver. He, he looked like he knows what he was doing. He looks like he knows what he's doing. He looks old and that he has some experience in driving. Okay, so I can trust this guy. But I look at the taxi as well that we are riding on. Try to listen to the sound of the engine. Is it still in good condition? I was trying to observe how the braking system is still functioning well, because even if this guy is so knowledgeable and experienced in driving, there could be a brake failure. Okay, so after that observation, I was like, okay, then we are good to go. But what about other cars in the road? What about other cars in the road? Are those drivers also experienced and knowledgeable? Are those cars serviced, fully serviced in time? Are the braking system of those cars works as this one that you are riding on? But what about the condition of the road? What about the condition of the road? Is it well maintained? Do we have potholes in the road? So I'm thinking about all of these things, so many factors that could affect my arrival at the destiny or the destination that we are trying to reach. I'm trying to get to work in the morning. I ended up getting to the question of actually who's driving this taxi that we are in? Who's controlling this? Who can raise their hand and say, I take full responsibility of this taxi taking you from point A to point B because I am the one who's controlling everything with regards to you moving from point A to point B? And the answer is none. There's no one. Therefore, the taxi is driving on its own. So we are riding on this driverless taxi from point A to point B because no one is in control of this taxi. It's just riding on its own from this point to the next point. It's so crazy. It's so crazy because this is happening everywhere. It's happening everywhere in your relationships, in your workplace. It's the same thing. So one moment you sign that contract, it's written permanent, so you know that you are set for the next 20 or 30 years. And then there is a COVID outbreak. just 6 months from now, COVID outbreak. So what happens? The restructuring happens and you no longer have work. You no longer have income. But just 6 months ago, you seemed set, everything was under control. So what is controlling that? It's a driverless taxi. It's crazy. It's a driverless taxi. There is no control. Only what is. And this is it. It's so crazy. It can be anything. It appears as you and you and you. So the one watching this, the one listening to this, and the one speaking, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. And who controls that? Nothing. We are in a driverless taxi. We are in a driverless taxi, my friend. Going from point A to point B. Then we realize that point A and point B are just the same thing. We've never moved at all. There was no taxi. There was no destiny. It what is. It what is. It's just happening so wild, so fast. Sometimes so slow, so calm. But it's still the same thing. Still this. Just inhale. Just inhale and feel it. It's this. Happening on its own. Needing no assistance from anyone. It's a driverless taxi. It's in control of itself. It's content. It's not trying to arrive at any point because it already is, you know. It already is. It's already free. No liberation, it's already that. This is it. So we are in this driverless taxi. Moving from nowhere to nowhere. No point to arrive at. Because it's already this. Peace.